Hi, I'm Jim Bellacera, President and Founder of Successful Thinkers Network, and I am addressing you as an ambassador today, and I think this is extremely important. First, I want you to know that we just appreciate and want to thank you for all the sacrifice, the energy, the effort, the time, and the loyalty that you've put into helping successful thinkers grow, helping to make your chapter and other chapters the best they can possibly be. And I think that once I give you this short explanation as to our speaker showcase, why you will see how vitally important it is for us to get all speakers incorporated into the showcase so that everybody can win correctly. So first of all, I'd like to say that the reason for the showcase would be that it gives us the ability to have speakers put into the showcase for ambassadors such as yourself to be able to find them, to invite them in to speak. Regardless of whether you invite from within your own chapter, there's always going to come a time that you'll either run out of speakers or you're going to look for speakers that might have an expertise in areas that you really want to teach your membership. So that's the first. The second thing is that we educate the speakers on our culture for you so that we can ensure that they really get it. And oftentimes an ambassador might think they educated the speaker, and the speaker acknowledges that they were educated by the ambassador, and yet the speaker misses some of the vital ingredients to our culture, and they do things that honestly affect your credibility as an ambassador for inviting them and affect the members and attendees that are expecting something different from the speakers other than what they're an expert on. So let me explain what I mean by what I just said. We've had speakers that were asked to speak, said they understood the culture, went to the event, spoke in front of the group, and did everything they could to pitch their business, their website, their book, their seminar, whatever it was that they wanted to get in front of the audience. Well, here's where that becomes a problem. Number one, the audience isn't expecting that because that's not our culture. And number two, the speaker, although they might have acknowledged to you based on what you told them that they understood, they either didn't or deliberately went beyond what they were told and just came up with the excuse that they didn't know or they don't remember being told that. So this helps us to help you maintain your credibility, maintain the relationship with the speaker and the audience, and everybody wins. Another thing that we want to make sure that happens, or doesn't happen, is we don't want the speakers collecting business cards, whether they do a drawing to give away a book or give away a prize of some sort. This has happened so many times that it's gotten out of control. Speakers would come in knowing that this is an audience they've never had a chance to speak in front of. They collect everybody's business card through whatever method they use. Then they turn around and they begin to send out emails on a weekly basis, sometimes several times a week, to the point that the members start to complain. If not to you, they'll definitely complain to us. And it becomes an issue because if you did that, not you, but if the speakers did that 52 times, because there's 52 weeks in a year, you potentially could have a minimum of 52 spam emails that go out to your entire audience base every single week, every week. And some of these speakers will actually spam the audience 2 and 3 times a week. So when you start adding up the constant emails that are going out, bombarding your attendees, it affects whether or not they want to come back. And the only reason I say this is because I know it's true. And I wouldn't bring it up if it wasn't true. In fact, if you think about our Successful Thinkers Network walls, like on Facebook, or LinkedIn or Meetup.com, etc., we don't allow people to pitch their business on those walls, and I'll tell you why. It's real simple. They clutter the walls with pitches, then the true essence and the culture of what Successful Thinkers is about, they won't go back and read the walls. And what we love to hear on the walls is how a one-on-one went, and how we can pay it forward and help somebody else out and things of that nature. It separates us 100% from all other networking groups. It's just a fact. Another thing about speakers, you need to understand that they don't have an audience, and so they're looking to anybody they can get in front of, whether it's Chamber of Commerce, Successful Thinkers Network, et cetera, for a free audience. Someone that they can pitch their business, their product, their service, their book, their seminars, et cetera, to. Now, I want you to put this in perspective. You're doing all this work you're sacrificing, you're paying the price, you're paying it forward, you're doing everything you can to grow your chapter and help successful thinkers. And somebody who comes in who might be an outsider, doesn't really understand their culture, sees your efforts as a free way to expose their business. And they really, for the most part, don't understand our culture and expect to be able to spam and pitch in front of the room. I say this to say that, you know, in retrospect, after looking back over the years, I realize one of the things that's been so paramount to our success is that people love the neutrality of successful thinkers, and they're not bombarded and pitched constantly. They like the idea of building those relationships, and that's been a real blessing to us from the beginning. Well, the speakers, if they're not coming back, they really don't care whether they leave a negative wake or not, because they're just looking for the ones that want to follow them. So I'm asking you to recognize that you put a lot of work into growing your chapter, at whatever level that you do it, and we appreciate it. The members don't always understand all the hard work and time and sacrifice that you put in, but I can guarantee you the speakers don't care. The ones that are the outsiders that are just looking in, looking for a free audience. So I just ask that you understand, I'm trying to help you, protect you in your efforts, as well as your credibility with all the hard work that you put into growing your chapter. So on a side note, there's two things I would like for you to do. Number one, I would like you to watch the short video that I put together for the speakers so that you understand exactly what I'm saying to them. I'm actually going to cover some of the same points. And at the same time, I'd like to also ask you, if you have not done this, to go back to the ambassador section and make sure that you've uploaded your picture, your contact information, your short bio on yourself, so that we can show the world you. And it kind of looks funny, actually it looks kind of bad, when an ambassador has a avatar for a picture and there's no information about them. And so we're getting to a point now where we recognize that if ambassadors are not willing to go back to Successful Thinkers Network and change their picture or put a picture in there and put their contact information, we may just have to take them out because we don't want people to see the ambassadors and see all these avatars that show no image. If you go to Facebook, I mean, I don't know that I ever see avatars anymore. I see just pictures of people. LinkedIn and Google Plus and so on and so forth. So we ask the same of you. Look, we want to be a professional place for people to visit, to want to come back. And there's so many incentives and things that we're going to be doing for you as an ambassador, for the members, and of course we're going to do incentives for the speakers too, that we need to look professional from beginning to end, and we need your help. So thank you. Just know that I appreciate the time, energy, and effort that you put into growing your chapter and helping us with Successful Thinkers and maintaining the culture of Successful Thinkers Network.